Welcome to another mega exciting 5-minute ICC auto pairing. So the Chichos 2111. I'm below at the moment 2100. I fell below 2100. It's really tough. That's all I can say on the ICC auto pairing. Will he accept the gambit? Nope. I'll take. Should I be worried? I think this position looks fairly nice anyway. I think maybe bishop c4, bishop d3. I don't want to interfere with pawn protection. I want to stop knight b4 to d5. So we've got a sort of classic isolated queen's pawn scenario. So I think the classic plan, bishop g5, queen d3, and the bishop dropping back like this to IH7. Mind you, he's got b5, b4. That could be annoying. Bishop would come to b1 though. Now queen d3, b4. What about bishop b1, bc, bishop f6? That might be interesting. Or rook ad1 and bishop b1. It looks fairly harmonious position. I have my rooks like that. And the bishop. Okay. Oh, that looks to be a dream position for the isolated queen's pawn in some respects. Now knight d5, bishop g5. That's just bishop e7 here and then playing for d5. I think that's good. If queen e7, knight d5, otherwise d5 I think is good. Oh, it's keeping blockade, okay. Knight e5, tempting for knight g4. Knight e4. Knight e4 to c5. There's knight f4, queen d2, bishop e4, rook f4. I think knight e4 as a c5 looks fairly tempting. Because that would gain a tempo. It'd be a nice outpost square, maybe following up with b4. Although he's got a solid blockade at the moment. I think I've got some pressure here. Would he just play bishop e4? Give me that bishop. I'm heading actually for h6 if he's not careful. Okay. So knight d5, queen h6, knight f5. Right, knight e5 here, or knight c5. I think knight e5 because bishop f3 looks strong. So I'm threatening now queen takes f4. And knight d7, bonus. Knight d7. I think this has gone wrong for black. It doesn't look right in this position. I've got very serious threats. Knight d7, queen f4. Also, even queen h6 for knight f5, knight f6 is strong. Maybe even knight f6, king g7, maybe there's something. Okay, so queen f4 here. Bishop goes back. Or rook e4. Rook e4. Knight goes back. There's rook h4. So I think this is tempting. I don't know if it's best, but this does look pretty dangerous. Mind you, there's knight f5. There's knight d7 just trying to win the exchange. Can I not just try and win the exchange for a start? Is that not good enough? I win the exchange. Now I could just take on d5 here, because if knight d5, I can install my queen on h6. I don't think the bishop's doing much. Okay, can I just kick the queen for a moment? It's the exchange up. I could try and use the c file. Or can I just get rid of the queens? And that's might be a disadvantage to do that. No, I lose the rook. That is a disadvantage. Alright, try and be careful here. Maybe, okay, this one, just use that C file. So queen c3 is on the cards. Rook d8, queen c3. And queen d4 takes. There's rook c7. It's a strong blockade. Maybe I should have gone more for than the exchange. I don't know. Now, queen c3 here. What about queen c3? So if takes, I can take with the pawn. And maybe c4 to follow. Or a4 just to try and break up these pawns and lock on c4. Right, g3 just to control the knight for a moment. Or c4 straight away, because the problem is rook c8. So I think c4 straight away. Try not to underestimate this blockade. I think this is okay for king g2. I'll play rook a6 soon. Check king g2. So I want to play rook a4 pretty shortly. Check king g2. Okay, rook a4 here. How is he defending? Ah. Well, I think I can get my dangerous a pawn going here. I think knight c3 a5. Trying to get this pawn going. I think I probably need the other one, the other rook, to help here with things like rook, maybe c2 the night before. Well, there's rook a7 always, so maybe that's not a problem. There's rook a7.
Check.
These pawns over here. If I try and win these pawns over here, I can win h7. That's winning a pawn and fragmenting. I think e6. I think it's time to lose that a pawn. That's a good exchange, surely, because g6 is vulnerable. And stop the king from coming back there. And rook e2 just to stop the king, and then go for that. Maybe h4. Repair my h pawn, my passed h pawn. So h4, trying to get it ready and fix the g6 pawn. Can I actually make use of my other rook? So I want to play, if the knight moves rook f6, get ready for my king. There's no knight f4 check at the moment, so maybe like king h3, then g4. Right, I can pin that knight. Just take it off, and or king h3. I think king h3 to stop the knight f4 business. Now, can I not just go for this? And then my h pawn should be running here. Okay, maybe I can take on e5, take on e7. That's a bit radical. Do I need to do that? Can I not just play for rook a6 check? It's dangerous for that knight. Knight f5, rook takes g6 check.
Check.
Right.
Check.
Now if I just go king g4, there's no amazing check. I think king g5 to follow. Right, I think just rook g6.
Check.
Is enough. Past the h pawn. Okay, yeah, I thought I was better. Let's have a quick look to see if there's anything more incisive. Seemed a nice position in principle. In practice, if you're tired of something inaccurate, you can blow nice positions. I know that. Knight f6 check to d7, I think,
check.
was here already. That's what you mentioned. But now I'm better anyway. Knight d7 I did play. Just taking, yeah, just getting the exchange up. I mean, did the engine even like bishop d5? It did. Like this. Liked. yeah, I think this is okay. Queen c3. And it doesn't lose the advantage that much. Playing c4 immediate. I think if I did play this, I think black is getting a little bit back in the game with this, or maybe not. Now it's just basically converting the exchange up, but you know, swapping the a pawn for something even more lucrative, the h pawn. I think then my h pawn is free to go. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.